to a team representative will not be tolerated. Queensborough thanks you for your support and your cooperation. Today is senior day here at Queensborough. Today we'd like to honor our senior from St. John's Preparatory High School, number 2, Elijah Trotman. And now the starting lineup for the Borough Manhattan Community College. Number 3, Jamal Harris. Number 10, Matthew Boyd. Number 11, Brandon Williams. Number 22, Jonathan Jones. And number 44, Kenneth Moore. The assistant coaches for the Panthers, Terod Wilkerson, Austin Shirley, Thomas Gordon, and the head coach is Tom Fabian. And now the starting lineup for the very own Queensborough Community College Tigers. For John Adams High School, number 20, Stephen Bruton. From Middle College High School, number 12, David Bryan. From Franklin J. number 32, Dave McDowell. From Mark Vanguard High School, number 15, Tanya Hayes. And from St. John's Prep Senior, number 2, Elijah Trotman. The assistant coaches for the Tigers is Kevin Nichols, Teron Simpson. The head coach is Clarence Amengo.
This is QCC alum David Russell along with Joe Massey. This is the final Queensborough men's game of the season. Not qualifying for the playoffs. BMCC will not be in the CUNY playoffs, but a lot on the line for them in the Region 15 playoff standings. They're 7th right now, but they're a loss away from being 9th and dropping out. They're a win away from moving up to 4th.
And no chance for the Tigers to do anything in that regard, right?
Other than spoil it for BMCC.
Well, it's been a tough year for the Tigers, and in all fairness, you'd like to see these kids come out of the program with a few more wins. It's been very tough for them. It's been very tough.
And Elijah Trotman, the one senior for Queensborough on senior night. Nice to see him get a win in his final game.
You kind of feel bad because he's a guy that goes out there and really puts it out night after night. We've seen him have some pretty good performances this year, but they just haven't been able to come together as a collective core of players.
We have a technical foul to begin the game.
Like this?
Have to get some clarification at halftime what this was for. So Matthew Boyd hits the first free throw. Queensborough starts the game in a 1-0 hole.
Maybe they just wanted to give a guy with green sneakers a chance to shoot at the line there. Never know. Somebody must have said something to the official right away.
Maybe it was something in the warm-ups. Maybe somebody hung on the rim. Because you're not allowed to do that.
Might have been a technical thing, too, like you said.
Queensborough losing 1-0. Bruton to Bryan. Back outside. Bruton, corner 3 is no good. When these teams met in November, Queensborough never led. BMCC led by as many as 33 en route to an 88-61 victory. And there's a foul. And watch for number 44, Kenneth Core. He's 6 points away from being the all-time leading scorer in BMCC history.
That's saying a lot because they've had some pretty good players at BMCC over the years.
He's close to every record. He's about 12 rebounds away from that record and 14 blocks away from that record.
Shane Smith, they had Keon Alexander, they had Tony Vales. They've had him.
And they have Kenneth Core.
He's close to being tops of all of them.
Part of the CUNY championship team.
That's right.
From last season. A team that made the Region 15 finals. They were 1 win away from Nationals, and they were upset by Hostos.
Little different team last year.
Midi with the basket. To show you what a tough year it is, Hostos leads CUNY, and they're 8th in the region. They're in danger of missing the playoffs as far as Region 15 goes.
Well, maybe there really hasn't been a standout CUNY team either, not like last year.
Core Misses and rebounded by Mitty.
You can see he's big and strong, Kenneth Core. And last year they had an intimidating front line. And remember when they came in here to Queensborough, Queensborough almost upset them. Came within a play of upsetting them.
Bruton airballs a three. It was 76-74, and Eric Light had a chance to win it with the three at the end. And the year before that, BMCC was up by 3 in the final seconds, and Queensborough missed a possible tying 3. So they play some pretty good games on this court.
They've always played pretty good games between these clubs. I can go back to about 2000, 2001.
There's Trotman, the senior from downtown.
Of course, you don't want to go back that far, I guess.
I think I was 8 years old when those games were played.
I would have loved to hear you announce those games.
Wouldn't have been too much worse than I am now.
The ball in the forecourt now.
5-1 Queensborough, and there's a miss at the basket from Jones. Wouldn't it be terrible if Queensborough lost by 1 and it was that one technical free throw? Trotman another 3, no good, and rebounded by Harris.
I think it would be great if Queensborough blew them out by 20 tonight. I'd really pay to see that.
Nice move by Matthew Boyd.
Don't take me up on that now.
Okay. No, it's too late. Mitty. Mitty to the basket. Nice pass, but McDonald had to go through his hands. And Harris right back the other way. And not sure what that was. May have been looking for a whistle. Now it's Bruton. Bounce pass to Mitty. Mitty makes the move on Core and misses.
Wow.
So up and down, but not a lot of baskets. Core making the moves himself, and one move too many.
And he traveled, and the other guy traveled.
Queensborough with 2 wins this season, both against Dutchess.
And of course, the coaching staff of Queensborough has been involved in several of these Tiger-Panther matchups. Carla Mengo, Simpson, Teron Simpson.
Mitty left alone from downtown, but misses. Bryan saves it into Bruton, and Bruton's all alone, and he misses badly. So BMCC gets away with some bad defense. And nice offense from Brandon Williams, the leading scorer on the Panthers. He has almost 18 a game. It's 5-5. 2-on-1. Core with the block and the save, but he saves it to the ref. Queensborough ball.
And you and I have speculated as to who the best team in the CUNY junior college ranks might be this year, and I think you have to choose between Bronx and Hostos. Bronx and Kingsborough, they're in the mix.
And there's a pushing foul, I believe, on Jonathan Jones. Jamal Smith on Hostos might have to be the best player, right? Although Yearwood from LaGuardia is right in there.
LaGuardia has a shot. Hostos is the top squad, but
not too much separating them.
Yeah, it's going to be a very interesting tournament.
There's no clear-cut favorite.
Next week. Yeah, not like last year.
And not like the women's side where you think LaGuardia is a clear favorite going into this thing. Bryan misses, shot contested by Kenneth Core.
He had to be a little stronger with that move, and going up against Core, you have to be a lot stronger.
Then some good outlet passes by Core, and he's going to be tough to defend tonight, and Bryan is called for a second foul.
Yeah, they went right inside to Core again there, and Core had the great position.
And Coach Mango going to Trinidad, who's a bit bigger, number 44. Remember what Francois did to Queensborough the other night.
Might as well give Trinidad some playing time, see what he is capable of this time of year, and maybe you get something out of it. You never know.
McDonald swatted that away.
Trinidad in his first season out of Valley Stream.
And there's a three-pointer from Brandon Williams. 8-5 BMCC.
Their leading scorer on the mark with a three-pointer there. He averages about 17.7 a game. Now a foul up this end.
First foul on Matthew Boyd. And another sub, Jonathan Paul, number 3, going in for Bruton.
Of course, when we were involved in those Tiger BMCC matchups in the early 2000s, a lot of times we were used to being down at the BMCC, and they'd be wearing the white uniforms. And
Core with the block. Good defense. And they go in the lane. Good contest by Trinidad. And then another save. They go back outside. Another 3, and it's good. It's Brandon Williams again. He's got 8 points. Panthers lead 11-5.
Yeah, heating up. And that's a 6-point lead for Manhattan, and a timeout is taken.
I think just hoping, hey, let's hope for a good game here. There have been enough blowouts this season, right?
Well, we always love watching basketball, and this should be an entertaining matchup if the Tigers can get it together here in the early going. They're falling behind by 6.
I think this might be one of those up and down games where everybody's letting the shots fly, which could be fun to watch sometimes. Remember, if you recap the whole season, which was mostly losing other than the Duchess games, remember we did the alumni game here in October with Mike Kerr, who used to coach BMCC, and the alumni blew out the current Tigers.
Yeah.
And Mike Kerr was saying, this isn't a problem because it's October. The problem is if they still look like this in February. Well, unfortunately, it hasn't gotten too much better.
They have a lot of young players, and they need to work on it come next year and put a few wins on the board. The Tigers have not put wins on the board over the past 2 seasons now.
Even say this will be the 3rd year in a row that they missed the playoffs. Nice move by McDonald. He's been one of the bright spots this year. It's 11-7.
Yeah, he's one of the pieces they'll be working with if he indeed comes back.
Not a bad future, right? If you bring back Bruton and you bring back McDonald. Here's a 3-pointer from Vera. No good.
What they really need is a knockdown guard like some of the other teams have, who can hit that outside jumper and make some big plays. They don't have that right now.
Wonder how much LaGuardia coming into the CUNY hurt Queensborough.
Probably,
right?
A little.
This is LaGuardia's 3rd year of play and the 3rd year in a row that Queensborough was missing the playoffs. May have taken some of those Queens guys away.
They've gotten some pretty good ball players over there. And a former Tiger as head coach.
Yes, and another basket by McDonald. 11-9. Queensborough hanging around early on. Nice fake. And Harris's shot is good. 13-9.
Good ball movement by the Panthers, and they got an open shot there.
Trotman, contested jumper, and they say he's fouled by Tucker.
Well, we talked about Trotman. He's going to leave the program after this. He out of St. John's Preparatory, Queens, New York, finishing up his 2nd season. James Wills already left the team earlier. And they were the 2 second-year players they had coming in.
And Bruton going back in for Trinidad. I wonder without Trinidad, who's going to guard Core?
You wonder about that around the league, who guards Core,
yeah.
But believe me, he misses his complement up front that they had last year, even though he is a good player.
Mm-hmm.
And they had several good guards, too.
Here's a 3-pointer from Vera, no good. Paul up ahead to Bruton. Bruton going to the basket, and he is fouled. And we'll go to the line for 2.
Of course, the Borough of Manhattan College, located there in the Wall Street area, down in the World Trade Center, and
Around Chambers Street.
Around Chambers Street.
Take the E to Chambers and walk a few blocks.
And unfortunately, you wouldn't have wanted to be around that area the other day with what happened with that terrible crane accident. But it is always a nice trip down there.
And the playoffs will be held there again.
They get their share of good players, too, at BMCC.
Bruton misses both. Core with the rebound.
And the playoffs are there is right. And they draw big crowds now for that tournament.
Nice dribbling. And the shot from Dominic Tucker. 15-11.
They draw good crowds. They open up both sides of the seats now down there for the tournament.
And Core with the strip. And up ahead. And they're going to...
Wow.
It's a blocking foul.
Hard charging play right there. You know, back when we used to do it in the early days, for me, they only had one side open. We used to broadcast off that other side at BMCC with the exercise bikes behind us and all kinds of gym equipment.
Now they move that weight training stuff out for the playoffs
Yeah.
as the first free throw is no good.
And they've opened up the whole thing, and it's become really loud in there come tournament time. You and I did it. You announced the game with Queens in there 3 seasons ago.
Gets very hot in there, too.
When they pulled off that gigantic upset.
Jonathan Paul can't finish, and now a 3-on-3.
By the way, that was one of the more exciting tournament games in recent history, that Queens Hostos game, Queensborough Hostos game.
(15-11) BMCC. Bruton thinking about the three. Lost the handle on it, and gets it to Paul. Trotman to Mitty, back to Trotman. 10 on the shot clock. Yeah, Bruton along two is no good and rebounded by Boyd. Nice play by Bruton to get the hand in.
Yeah, snatched it away.
And then a foul on Kenneth Core.
Bruton taking it all the way to the basket after snatching the ball down on this end and not showing any fear. That will not put the Panthers in the penalty, though. It's going to be a throw-in.
McDonald going to the basket. It was stripped by Core, but right to Bruton. And Bruton has his first points of the night. It's 15-13.
Nice easy pickup and lay-in by Bruton.
Core asking for it. Gets it. Now double teamed. Making his move. The shot is good. Kenneth Core gets in the scoring column. It's 17-13 Panthers.
He can shoot the ball even at his bruising size. He's got a nice touch.
Trotman. To McDonald. A long two contested by Core, and he may have gotten a piece of it.
I think he did.
Left alone is Williams, who misses. There's an offensive rebound. Can't just watch the ball.
By the way, the Lady Tigers picked up a very tough loss in the first game of this doubleheader.
And that three-pointer is no good. BMCC beat them to clinch the final CUNY playoff spot. And their reward is facing LaGuardia, if you could call that a reward. McDonald misses. It is. I'm joking.
I know it was a tough loss because one of the assistants down there was
traveling is called.
Not happy with that loss at all. As I ran into him downstairs. He was taken with the whole thing. They really wanted that ball game.
So did BMCC.
He said he's put a lot into next year. He's got some good players coming in, but
hey, who would have thought they would even be in it when they lost their first 5 CUNY games?
Right.
And they still have the regions. Bruton for 3, no good. Queensborough only down 4.
That's the heartbreak of this thing now.
And that's going to be a blocking foul.
You got to play well at the end to be in them, but if you lose it, boy, is that a tough loss. And I know the young ladies are probably feeling it too, because they just didn't have the game they wanted to have tonight.
They did in the first and third quarters, but the even quarters belong to the Lady Panthers.
And you have to give them credit because they showed up here on the road. They were ready, and they seized the opportunity, and they caught it.
22-2 in the second. That's playoff caliber basketball.
Sure is. But we give our best to the Lady Tigers for making the run anyway. Congratulations on closing the gap and having a chance.
We're not done seeing them. We may see them at Bronx or at Nassau.
And they might be able to do some good things yet. You never know.
I think they would like to see one of the CUNY teams in the regionals. I think they could feel okay. I don't know if they want to face Sullivan. Peralta for 3. I don't think you want to face Sullivan just because of the 5-hour traveling both ways.
It may not be worth doing all that.
Nice jumper from Matthew Boyd, who has 6 points. BMCC has a 20-13 lead.
And a quiet 7-point outreach there.
Bruton to Paul.
Tigers
Mitty
trying to open it up.
Nice pass to McDonald, and Kay McDonald finishes. He has 6 points.
Like to see them do more of that, get McDonald in spots where he can do that because he's very fast, and a lot of times he has a bigger man on him.
Boyd for 3, it's no good. Jonathan Paul, nothing but dark jerseys in front of him. And it's deflected out by the Panthers.
One of those dark jerseys knocked him to the floor. Of course, the jersey doesn't do it, it's the guy in it. But, the reason I say that's because McDonald's very quick to the basket. You give him a little space to work with, and he can score some points for you if you put a little space between him and his defender. Woo!
Nice play off the inbounds.
Well, we know Mitty has no problem getting up in the air. We know that.
Then moving McDonald over after the kick ball really worked out for Queensborough.
He's playing the middle on D.
Tucker misses a 3, and Mitty running the other way. Mitty, and it's kicked away from Bruton. Tough to make a pass like that.
Yeah, he tried to crank that pass through a couple of people cross court. Good luck getting it through their legs, which was what happened there.
Bruton to Peralta. This would tie the game. No good. McDonald with the rebound, but he misses. 7:45 to go.
Good rebound by McDonald. Tough break there.
Traveling before the shot on Jonathan Jones.
Well, a competitive ball game. That's what we wanted, and that's what we have right now.
These teams don't play a boring game when they're on this court. I remember a few years ago, it said the last 2 years it came down to the final shots. The year before that, Queensborough was up by 25 in the second half, and that was cut to 5. That was a wild game. Peralta misses a 3, tipped around, and BMCC gets it, and then the outlet pass. Nice move, and then they called Jonathan Paul for a foul. They say he made a little contact.
A little head fake action, switching of the ball, and he'll get free throws out of that.
And they actually get Peralta for the foul. Tucker with the first.
By the way, that championship, there was a lane violation. The championship for BMCC last year was their first in quite some time, right? CUNY championship.
Yeah. Remember, Hostos won in 14. Bronx had that run from 11 to 13. Midi for 3, and it's good. Vladimir Midi makes it 21-20. Hey, so far the difference is a technical free throw at the beginning.
Well, a lot of occasions this year, Midi has been a standout to some extent.
There's Kenneth Core getting close to that all-time scoring record.
There are some good pieces on this Queensborough team. It's been a matter of the way they play together. It's
Peralta has missed 3 threes in the last minute and a half.
Time. Not been there.
And there's traveling on Vera. Nolan Adams didn't take anything for granted. The Panther coach figured this might be another close one.
And he should not, by the way. I may be wrong, but I think the last championship they had was all the way back in the late stages of 2000s, about 2007 for BMCC.
Midi got too fancy with the pass. It was turned over, and Vera finishes. It's 25-20 with 6 minutes to go in the first.
They had an opportunity in 2:09.
McDonald counted on the foul.
Great play right there.
McDonald with 8 points.
Again, he got the space on the baseline that I talked about. But they had a chance in 2:09, 2:10 to go down to Queensborough, and they played a very tough Queensborough team on their home court in the final. Danny Nigro was the head coach of Manhattan, and they got beaten by a very talented Queensborough team.
Queensborough calls timeout after the made free throw. 5:54 to go in the first. Panthers lead 25-23. We got a close one.
So continuing my story, that was the Borough Manhattan team that had the aforementioned Tony Vales, and Kingsborough had some standout players. One of them was a standout PSAL high school player who was finishing his college career several years later, by the way. And two of the players on both of those squads against each other, Vales and the other fella that won it for Kingsborough, they ended up both playing on the York Cardinals, and they never had the success that they wanted to have there of leading York to the championship. But that was an outstanding array of talent on the court in the CUNY College Junior College Championship game that year. That was 9-10, 09-10.
Talk about this BMCC team. They've played a lot of close games this year. They lost to Kingsborough by 3, beat Rockland by 8, beat Nassau by 2, lost to LaGuardia twice by single digits, beat Bronx by 2, and then beat Kingsborough by 2. Lost to Hostos by 5 the other day. A lot of games going right down to the wire.
Well, they're a very competitive group. They always have been. And they'll probably take it real tough in the regionals also.
They still have to make it. That's no guarantee.
Right.
This loss could really set them back.
Sure can.
And the Panthers are aware of that. Go outside, fake the 3. Tough 2 is no good. Bruton is there and saves it. But he saved it right to Brandon Williams.
And Williams went up and under and got the basket.
27-23. Bruton a long 3 is good. Bruton isn't afraid to shoot.
And he can do that at times, and he can get hot, and he can hit that three-point shot.
Nice move by Jonathan Jones, 29-26.
That was a got-you move right there.
Bruton another 3, no good.
See what the Panthers set up here. There's Coors.
Core misses, and if you're Queensborough, you've played well. You don't want the last 440 to get away from you and go into the half down by 10.
Well, Queensborough would like to bring them and knock them out of that regional situation.
Mitty, a nice move, 29-28.
There's always been a tough rivalry between these two teams, always. The games have always been close for some reason.
And there's a miss from Brandon Williams.
Even when one team's doing better than the other, it's always a decent matchup.
McDonald turnaround jumper for the lead is no good. Panthers still lead by 1.
You know what I think it is, David, and we'll explain it in a moment.
Core had his pass tipped. McDonald the other way. And McDonald is fouled and hits the ground hard.
I think the reason for it is these teams really vied against each other in the late 90s into 2000, and they were both very competitive teams, both won championships, and they just carried that forward, with Tom Sinnickson and Gene Carroll at the time, and then it went into the later stages with different coaches. Sinnickson, of course, was still there. He was there for many years.
McDonald with 10 points in the first half. Game tied at 29.
And the game has just never lost its competitiveness when these two clubs meet. And I think the kids are aware of the history between these two teams.
McDonald makes both. It's 30-29. Queensborough leads. And Queensborough in the 2-3 zone.
Of course, you fellas here did your part by running a past game between these two clubs on your TV.
Well, yeah.
Station.
Well, you gave us the tape and we put it on YouTube. The 2002 game between these two schools, and Mitty is called for a foul.
And I think Teron Simpson hit a big shot in that game at the end that made it a win or put it in the win column. But he did that a lot.
Nice play by Jonathan Jones to give the Panthers the lead back, 31-30.
I used to call Teron Mr. February because he played his best basketball in tournaments at the end of the year. He really came forward in those games.
Mitty of shot, and he's fouled in the act of shooting.
Quick move by Mitty, getting into the lane and going up in the air.
Mitty makes the first. He has 10 points.
I used to be able to jump like Mitty, and then I woke up.
Mitty splits the free throws. 2:45 to go in the first.
He's got great ups. He really does. He does it from like a standing still position at times.
Go inside Jones, outside, three-pointer is no good. Brandon Williams had a good look.
Once again, I'm sorry, Dave. Tigers can take the lead here.
Ten on the shot clock. A tipped, almost saved in by Boyd. Queensborough keeps it with 8 on the shot clock. Paul, outside Trotman, puts up a 3, and it's good. Elijah Trotman from downtown.
Elijah would like to leave the building tonight with a win in his final game here.
Jones loses the handle on it. Jonathan Paul going to the basket. No whistle. Mitty knocks it out, but to Williams. And Williams had the shot contested. It goes out of bounds. And the ball will go back.
A lot of open court basketball, that's for sure. Tigers with the up end of the 34-31 score, doing very well at this point.
And much better energy than they showed a few days ago against Hostos.
Absolutely.
Paul, bounce pass, McDonald finishes. Kane McDonald with 13 points.
Way to go, McDonald, and he will be a big part of the Tigers in the future. There's no doubt about that.
Here's a three-pointer from Harris, no good. And the rebound and the putback in one move by Jones. Final minute of play. And the shot clock has to reset.
Well, the Tigers have put a very athletic group out there in this first half, and they've done very well. A lot of open court play, and it's played right into their collective laps, let's say. Mitty, Bruton, McDonald.
Trotman. Queensborough could go 2 for 1 here. Paul being guarded by Boyd. McDonald gives some help. Trotman takes a three, and it's no good, but chased down by Bruton, and he could send it back out. Paul takes a wide open three. It's no good. Trotman another rebound. He can't score, tipped, and take it out. And they could hold for the final shot.
It's like they had a magnet on that one.
Under 20 seconds to go.
Opening it up again, opening it up wide. Try to get somebody cutting in there.
Trotman down to 5 seconds. Paul. And there's a tie-up, so BMCC will have 3.5 seconds to beat the buzzer.
They didn't do much with that, did they? They kind of played it right into the defense on that.
And now Matthew Boyd will try to beat the buzzer. Well, it's Harris with the fake, and he didn't have time to fake, so that basket is no good.
After the buzzer. So the Tigers come away with the lead in the first half.
I think Boyd needed to just take the three at the end. And even, or if Harris could have taken the three, but he faked and took too long.
We haven't said that much. The Tigers leading at halftime this year.
It's a good one, 36-33. McDonald with 13, Mitty with 10. We'll see if they could hold on in the second half. Queensborough takes a 3-point lead into the second half. Nolan Adams wasn't happy with his team's intensity. He said it wasn't overconfidence. We just came out with no intensity.
Well, they need to continue to do what they did on the first half, Queensborough, which is push the play a little bit. They went strong to the basket when they've had the opportunities, and they looked very good in that first half. As far as Manhattan goes, they hit some shots they took over the early part of the game, but they have to get the ball to their big guy cores a little more and do more to stop the Tigers. Too many easy baskets for the Tigers in that first half.
Queensborough held Kenneth Core to 4 points in the first half. First possession of the second half. Paul to Trotman. In his last game as a Tiger. Paul to Mitty. Mitty shot over Core is no good. And they were very patient on that possession. They may really try to shorten this game in the second half. And there's an airball three from Brandon Williams. As you said in the first half, not many times Queensborough was led at the intermission. We're usually saying how can they try to come back from a big deficit. Bruton for three, it's no good. And McDonald chases it down, but he stepped on the line.
Good effort by McDonald, but he had his sneaker over the blue mark there on the sideline, so it's BMCC ball. The Panthers in the traveling blue with the bright orange. There was Core, and he couldn't put it in.
So it'll be interesting when the women's team from BMCC makes the playoffs, as Paul is called for traveling. They'll be wearing their road jerseys at home.
Yeah, that happens. You know, when you're playing in your building and you're a low seed, you're not even the home team.
You are and you aren't.
I don't think they care much. I think they're happy they're going into their own tournament anyway.
Their bigger concern is LaGuardia, and not the color of the jerseys, but the players in them.
The Red Hawks. So the Red Hawks will have the white uniforms with the red trimmings.
There's Brandon Williams to Harris. Harris going to the basket, threw it off glass, no good, and then got back his own miss. Faked a three, they go inside Jones, the spin move. His shot is short, and he missed a few times, and then Quora with the rebound and the basket.
Kenneth Core doing a good job sticking with it.
Trotman for three, and it's no good, but Paul with the long rebound. This is tipped, and it goes to Trotman. A little over 2 minutes into the second half. They call timeout. No, they're saying, hey, we called timeout. You didn't give it to us right away. So Queensborough with no points in the first 2 minutes of the second half, and Coach Amengo taking the timeout. May not have liked seeing BMCC get 3 or 4 chances to score.
It's a deal where, you know, you're gonna try to keep them off balance and try to steal as much as you can in this game. You know, they haven't had any conference wins, and when there's one available, you have to go after it. As you can see, the Tigers, they, as we said, they put quite a bit of athleticism on the court tonight. And it's paid dividends so far because there's been a lot of open court play. Now, that hasn't always been the case this year. When you play a team like Bronx, you really have to stick to principles and you know, convert some plays to win. But that hasn't been the case here tonight so far.
We'll see if Trotman could take over in his final half as a Tiger. Here's Elijah for three, and it's an air ball. Panthers the other way, trying to take back the lead. Kenneth Core puts it in. The all-time leading scorer in BMCC history.
Core can score.
37-36. Mitty slices through the defense. McDonald's shot is no good. Oh, and Jones hits the ground hard.
That made a big sound up here.
Yeah. May have looked worse than it actually was. If one of us felt like that, we'd be down for 5 hours.
Couldn't feel too good anyway, but he gets back up and he's checking his elbow.
They go back to Core, and he misses, doesn't even hit the rim. Bruton thought about the three. They came over with two guys. Trotman for three, and it's no good. Tipped, and the Panthers come out with it. Harris to Williams, back to Harris. They go to Boyd, now inside to Core, swings it out. Harris for three, and it's good.
Good ball movement by Borough Manhattan, and they up the lead to 4.
It went inside out, found Harris, and it's 40-36, and McDonald throws it behind Bruton. And the ball goes to the Panthers, a little miscommunication.
This is usually where Queensborough starts to encounter some problems in a game, so we'll see.
Panthers have all 7 points in the second half. Here's Harris going to the basket. It was tipped, but right to Boyd. Harris, another jumper. Can't get the roll, but Core with the rebound. And then Bruton contested the shot, but Core got it back and dribbles out. Core with the jumper, and it's good. Kenneth Core starting to take over. It's 42-36. Queensborough still looking for their first points. And Jones with the steal, and Jones with the dunk. I think he's over the falling down. 44-36, Queensborough playing on their heels, and there's a tie-up, and the ball will go back to BMCC. Nolan Adams must have really gotten in his players' ears at halftime, and I don't think it was along the lines of, hey, good job, guys.
Now they're playing with a lot more intensity. They're doing more defensively now than they were in that first half. I spoke to you about too many easy baskets for the Tigers. So far, nothing easy for the Tigers.
And a high shot, no good. Tipped around, and Mitty has it for the Tigers. And there's a steal. And they're going to get a foul. Boyd was fouled going up. Turning into Groundhog Day for Queensborough.
Can't have that. You know, the Tigers, when they get to work, something doesn't click at a certain time, and we've seen this on many occasions this year where the game just gets away from them all at once, and right now they're in one of those spins where that's happening. Go ahead.
Mitty to the bench for 3 fouls, and Damon Bryan back in.
It's been a long season for them, David. Now it's a 10-point game already here.
13-0 BMCC in this half. McDonald counted, and the foul. K. McDonald. They needed that in the worst way. McDonald has 15 points.
McDonald had to keep his mates alive on that move and took it strong to the basket.
Trying to finish the conventional three-point play, and does. 46-39. Harris for 3, and it's good. He's hit 2 of those in this half. Lead is back up to 10. Bruton looking at the pressure, almost turned over again. Core got a hand on it.
Right now the Panthers have the pressure on the Tigers, and they're not letting up.
Bruton thought about the 3, now takes a long 2, and it's no good, and rebounded by Jones. Now Boyd crossing half court, back to Jones, gets it to Brandon Williams. We have a foul in the act of shooting. McDonald gets up. Landed a little gingerly.
Boy, it was a very good first half for the Tigers. It's been a miserable second half to this point. No other way to put it. They've fallen behind by 10.
Williams misses the first. And Williams misses both. Still a 10-point game, 5.5 minutes into the second. Paul, a long pass. He overthrew everybody.
Out of sync.
I'm not sure if he overthrew the first guy or underthrew the second guy. Either way, it went out of bounds.
Just out of sync completely now.
Carl Mango might need a timeout. Harris may need a heat check. He's hit 2. And a nice move, although he couldn't finish. Then Core with the offensive rebound. And Core with the basket off glass.
He found room, didn't he? On the baseline, the big guy.
Bruton, long pass, and Core got a hand on it, but it goes to McDonald. Nice bounce pass to Jonathan Paul, who was fouled by Core. But it's 18-3 since halftime.
An 18-3 run by the BMCC Panthers, and
Jonathan Paul at the line for 2. And that's 4 fouls on Core.
Whatever the Tigers were doing in the first half, we've seen none of it here in the second half. And now they can't hit the free throw shot, so that really compounds their problems.
And mentally, it might be in their minds. They know the struggles they've had in the second half, and once it starts to get away, here we go again.
That's exactly right. I mean, that's why next year you get a few new players with a different attitude. Maybe things change a little bit.
Jones. That wasn't an easy shot. It was well contested, but Jones finishes 53-39.
BMCC continues to attack. They're just relentless right now.
And it was last touched by Trotman. I think Queensborough needs a timeout.
They're not taking one.
Mango letting his guys play through it.
I think Carl is just taken by the whole thing himself. Like, no matter what he's tried to do this year, it just hasn't had any effect at times. So let his guys play a little bit. It's the last game of the year.
It's tipped. Bruton has it. Trotman loses the handle on it. And then a spin move by Harris, who will wisely slow down. Queensborough with just 3 points in the first 7 minutes of the half. Boyd, a long 3 is short and rebounded by Paul. And Paul all the way to the basket and lays it in. His first points of the night, 53-41.
There's times when you think Paul could be a good ball player if they had a good ball club, to play. He could be a good additional part.
And Jones answers right back. I think next year when Amengo goes forward, I think it may have to start on the defensive end. Because other teams have just had their way with them a lot.
And like you said, it's a mental attitude that has to be changed too, and it's not going to be easy right at the start. They'll probably show some effects from this year at the beginning, but you've got to keep working on it and hope that things fall into place. Because
the women struggled for the first semester, and they were in a spot where they're going to make the Region 15 playoffs, and they were in the CUNY until the final game. And Queensborough got off to a tough start, and it got away from them as Bruton hits a 3.
I'll tell you what Carl would love right now, for this team to come back and make this a ball game right now.
Be nice to end on a high note.
But he is a winning player, and everywhere he's gone, he was a winner.
As an assistant coach? Right?
Not been good for Carl to go through this. This has not been easy on him.
3 years not qualifying for the postseason.
He was an assistant coach under one of the best coaches ever, and won a title here, played on a very good Baruch squad, was a winning player, and not any wins to show for it here at Queensborough. Just none coming his way now.
We're down to 11:42 to play. BMCC leads 55-44.
They have the 2 wins this year against the same team. Duchess, right?
Yep.
Well, when you know a guy a long time, you really feel badly for him, and I hope things do improve.
Queensborough can make it a single-digit game here. It's not over yet, but they're going to have to start making a run now. Paul to Bruton. Good closeout defense, not allowing Bruton to shoot.
That zone is really giving them problems right now.
Down to 4 seconds, Trotman for 3, and it's good!
Of course, that's the zone buster, right? You know, that's what they want you to do. How many times can you do that, though?
So it's 55-47, not over yet. "11 minutes to go." Going to the basket, and it went off his knee, out of bounds, ball to Queensborough.
Tried to drive into the zone and got the ball on his knee and carried it to the end line and out of bounds.
Wonder when Nolan Adams is going to go back to Kenneth Core with the 4 fouls. He wants to hold off as long as he can. 10:50 to go. Trotman to Paul. Bounce pass, it's Mitty. Still 12 on the shot clock. Mitty making his move. Tough jumper is good. Vladimir Mitty, it's a 6-point game.
Well, with Core on the bench, this is when the Tigers have to make their move right now. Core's sitting over there.
Brandon Williams back to Tucker. Williams for 3, no good. And Bruton comes out with the rebound.
He went up, he snatched that away from the Manhattan player. Very good rebound. Now it's a 6-point game. Let's see.
Paul pass Mitty to McDonald. 10 on the shot clock. Bounce pass. Trotman corner 3 is no good and rebounded by Williams. And Williams in transition. The move on Paul blocked by Bruton. Loose ball going out of bounds and Bruton touched it last. Good effort by both sides. As Boyd goes back in. There's a foul against the Tigers.
A little crossover move, getting into the midst of the traffic, and he got it hand checked and held. 6-point lead. Core still on the bench. See how BMCC maintains this right now. It's allowed the Tigers to be very aggressive defensively.
Boyd couldn't get the roll, and Williams couldn't tip it in.
Good job of rebounding by Bruton over the past few minutes.
Paul, jump shot is no good. It rattled out. Williams to Boyd. Nice pass, but Jones couldn't finish. Then he gets it back and is fouled in the act of shooting.
I don't have the exact time, but a long time between BMCC baskets now.
And they were up 55-41. Now it's 55-49.
That was 9. Yeah. I'm sorry, finish that. It was
8-0 run for Queensborough.
And when did they have that 55 first? Do you know? I didn't mark it down.
A few minutes ago.
Yeah.
And still looking for point 56.
It might be a while in coming, the way they're shooting the ball right now. There you go.
And Jones splits the free throws, and quietly Jonathan Paul has 3 fouls for the Tigers.
I guess I woke him up there.
Under 9 minutes to go. Trotman to Paul. Passing on the perimeter, and it's stolen. Here's Vera with the move on Paul. Good defense, but Brandon Williams is there to put it in. 58-49. 8.5 to play.
He'll get Core up on the side now, ready to come in.
And there's a block. Panthers the other way. Brandon Williams again, and a great play by Mitty from behind. And Queensborough gets the ball. Huge play.
Need some points, though.
And Kenneth Core is back in.
He's the core of that defense, that's for sure. Well, just your good Tiger-Panther matchup.
McDonald with the basket. 58-51. QCC hanging around. 18 for McDonald. Maybe he could have a little momentum going into next year no matter what happens the rest of the game. That three-pointer is no good. Trotman chases it down. He has Paul up ahead. And a great defensive play by Boyd to take it back.
Couldn't get him the ball. He saw him out of the corner of his eye. Was trying to nail him with a long pass, and Boyd just took it away.
Vera to the basket. He loses it, and a charge is called.
And it should be called. I mean, he ran over him on that one. Didn't he?
Looking like another cardiac cat finish for the Panthers.
They've had a few. They've had a few this year. We did a couple of games where they were in it.
And Queensborough, they lost by 1 to Orange County.
Queensborough.
Yeah. I'm saying BMCC has had a lot of close games. Bruton thought about the three. Paul to Trotman, almost lost it. Mitty going to the basket, past Kenneth Core.
Boy, he almost triple pumped on that one to get it.
And Core didn't want to risk fouling out.
He could hang in the air, so he brought the ball back a couple of times there to get that.
Full timeout from BMCC. 58-53 Panthers, 6:53 to go. Well, the last few years, Queensborough couldn't hit that final shot against the Panthers. Will the third time be a charm?
We will find out in 6:53, but not a bad game to end the season with. It's been entertaining, I'll say that. Not a lot of fouling, a lot of open floor play. And if something were on the line, we'd say it was a real good ball game. But as the tournament starts next week, we spoke about the contenders, and we agreed that the top 4 teams are all vying to get to the top spot. They all have a chance.
A lot of parity among those 4. I think Hostos is going to go in as the 1, but it's certainly not a runaway number 1.
Not like in past years, no.
Like the Bronx team in 2012, that was a clear number 1. Even Hostos in 13, even though they were upset by Queensborough, came in as a heavy favorite.
Or the Hostos 07 team, or the Hostos
05 team.
05 team, or 04 team. Or, they just had an outstanding,
I was sensing a pattern there.
Array of ball clubs. And then Dr. Jody King kept it there for a while, and then he departed. And I saw him last week coaching Mercy, and he said to say hello to you.
Very nice. 6.5 minutes to play. Queensborough looking to pull off an upset. Mitty from downtown. 58-56.
He brings him to within 2.
Mitty has 17. And a big basket by Jones, who has 15 of his own. 60-56. Midi throws it to Carl Amengo, but he's not on the team anymore, so it's a turnover.
A little out of control on that one. Calm down, young man.
So 6 minutes to play. BMCC nursing a 4-point lead. Williams to Harris. Harris, a corner two is good. It's a long two.
Well, he hits a big shot, though.
Trotman in the corner gets it to Bruton. And it's back up to 6. And a long pass finds its way to McDonald. Don't want to be too fast and loose with the passes.
Now, you need a good shot here if you're Queensborough. I mean, you've worked very hard to get back in this game.
Here's Midi for 3. It's no good and rebounded by Core. This has gone quick. We're already down to the 5:20 mark. Jones to the basket and too easy. 64-56. Got right through that defense. Bruton thought about the 3, now takes it, and it's no good. 5 minutes.
I'm sorry, Dave. Too many outside shots by the Tigers. They need to get good shots now.
And Core has 4 fouls, and they're not going inside as Jones had to go through his hands. Core's pass was a little high and a little fast.
Well, they worked back into the game, Dave, and then just settle for the outside shot.
Midi gets it back, and Jones goes on the floor for it. And they say timeout. Nolan Adams came far out to high-five Jones for his effort, and the ref told him, hey, go back to the bench.
Now, they gave the Panthers a chance to reignite themselves and missed several outside shots. They've not shot the ball well in the last few minutes, so they extended a very close game now out to an 8-point game, and you saw Nolan come off the bench there and congratulate his players for the great effort going after the ball. So they're going after their regional lives here.
Look at the breakdown in scoring. You have Harris in double digits with 10, Williams with 12, Jones with 17, and Core with 12, and Boyd is almost there with 8. Could beat you in so many ways.
That's exactly right. And they beat you because they're hanging together as a group, and Queensborough is doing what they've done much of the year. A lot of one-on-one going outside when they need to work maybe to get a good shot, not getting it here in the final 6 minutes.
And not a very deep team. You have McDonald with 18, and Midi with 17, and Trotman with 11, and Bruton with 8, and after that, nobody has scored other than 2 points from Paul.
They got some easy baskets before, didn't they? I mean,
now you'd think you'd go inside because Core has 4 fouls.
They didn't do that, and they're not doing that.
Queensborough in the 2-3 zone. Harris, nice pass to Jones, and Jones puts it in off glass. He has 19. 66-56. Bruton, a long pass, is tipped and turned over. And Jones again to the basket. Just too easy. He has 21. And there's an answer back
by McDonald. Unfortunately, Queensborough has learned this lesson several times this year, what it takes to close out a ball game. They have not been very good in that department.
What it takes to play 40 minutes and not 12 or 15 or 20. And Harris to the basket, and then he missed and he fouled Midi.
You know, they seem to think that, and I'm not knocking them. I know the kids try hard. They seem to think that playing 6 good minutes has them back in the game, and then they kind of lose the context of things, let's say.
Pass was tipped, and it's turned over again. And Boyd, a great block by Trotman.
What a play he made. Sorry.
No, 3.5 to go in the season. Bruton for three. It's good. And there's a 5-point swing. 68-61, not over yet, but they're going to need some more stops. 3:20 left. Go inside, Jones.
That seems to be easy for him.
23, looks like a man amongst boys. And there's another turnover. Every time you think Queensborough is making a run to get back in, they give up an easy basket and turn it over.
That's their weak spot. We saw the kid from Hostos do that last week. Just take him to task in that lane, remember?
Yep. And there's a foul. And it'll be 1-1.
And we were marveling what a good player he was. Well, maybe the Tigers helped him out, too, because they have a weakness in that area. They give up those easy baskets like that. They don't have anybody who can guard that post player who plays very strong down there. Post-up player, I should say.
Well, Jones misses the front end of a 1-1. Still a single-digit game, under 3 minutes to go. Trotman to Bruton. Bruton, a corner three is no good. Tipped right to Paul. And it's a blocking foul against BMCC.
Paul made a very heady play after he got that ball back and almost bought that foul the way he did it. Well, by hook or by crook, you have to try to remain in this game. Who cares if it looks pretty? Just stay there.
No style points.
Nope.
First one is good.
And if you get that within 6, then you got some three-pointers coming up.
He splits the free throws. It's still 70-62. Queensborough playing against BMCC and the clock. Brandon Williams makes it 72-62. Mitty up ahead to Trotman. Trotman will dribble out. We'll have a foul against BMCC.
Now that inside basket, an oft-repeated scenario here in the final 8 minutes for the Tigers. They could not stop that, and that's the reason why they're down by 10 right now.
McDonald knows Core doesn't want to foul out. Surprised they didn't do that a little more over the last few minutes. 72-64, and the Panthers may run some clock. 2 minutes to play. Brandon Williams back outside to Harris.
Well,
10 on the shot clock.
Like I said, if you get it within 6, you could take some bombs.
Off glass. Boyd with the big shot. 74-64. They can't really trade baskets. McDonald thought about the three. This has been a pretty quick half. Not a lot of fouls. Paul counted on the foul. You don't want to stop the clock if you're BMCC.
Paul has actually played very well in spots, and he'll head for the line.
Wonder, do you start fouling if you're Queensborough? Try to extend the game?
Could be.
74-67.
What's Paul's first name?
Jonathan.
Jonathan. The 360 degrees of Jonathan Paul. There was an album out, remember? A long time ago. Me and Mrs. Jones.
I'll take your word for it.
Okay. Well, 74-67.
I know what I'll be looking up when I go home.
It's a 7-point game.
It's still in it.
1:26 to go. And if they get it to 6, then they can bomb Maru. and maybe tie it. You never know.
About 4-point play at the buzzer. Would that be a nice ending?
Sure it would. Any ending that has the Tigers tied or in the lead will be good.
It's only happened twice. The game at Dutchess was pretty good. They won 72-71.
Well, right here you got to think, let's try to play defense, but if not, let's give a foul. See what they can. Well, that would put it 1-1 at the line. And maybe you're giving away the game. I don't know. You really have to play defense now.
Well, you want to leave everything out there in these final 86 seconds, end the year on the...
Try to steal the ball if you can. Go after the ball.
They don't have to foul.
No,
they could. It wouldn't be a bad idea, but they don't have to.
I don't think they should foul right now, because if they hit the 2 free throws, then it's a 9-point game again.
See if one of the Panthers releases and goes for an easy layup.
I don't think you're at the point where you have to foul right now.
Harris, they get it across half court, and they'll run a little clock. See, he would have had a chance for a layup, but you want to take the time off the clock, and Queensborough is going to play defense. And Paul is going to foul. I don't think they wanted to, though.
No, they were going to play defense, let them run that clock down, see if...
that hurts. You waste 15 seconds, and then you foul.
See if they could come down and make it maybe 70-40-70 or something along those lines.
And now I want to say the pressure, but Boyd has to make these free throws if you're the Panthers.
See, now if he makes them, now it's a 9-point game again.
Makes the front end of the 1-1.
And now you have a minute 11 to work with.
76-67. 1:10 to go. Paul up and under, no good. And the Panthers have it back with 1 minute to play, and we'll see if Queensborough fouls. The final minute of the Tigers season. You know, the women's game against BMCC, we looked to that 22-2 second quarter. You could look at the 13-0 run that the Panthers opened the second half on, as Core is fouled.
Well, this game, once again, the Tigers were in it. And they were playing very well at halftime. Let it get away early in the second half. Made a run. And it stayed about 6, 7, 8 points.
Core misses the front end of the 1-1.
Now you need a 3 somewhere.
And that one won't count. Let's see what the refs... Carla Mango.
Called a timeout?
I don't think so. I don't know what that was. I think they said the shot clock should have been a little lower. So you're going to need 3 threes in the final 47 seconds. Trotman going inside and misses a 2, and Core with the rebound, and that should do it. And instead they turn it over, and Nolan Adams is going, what in the world are you guys doing? Paul inside and puts it in.
He tried to get the traditional 3, getting fouled, but no call on that.
26 seconds to go, 76-69.
You can foul now.
Yeah.
Don't let the clock run out. You still have an outside opportunity. I mean, it's very low in percentage, but...
Nolan Adams is going, whoa. What was with the turnover? Why are we passing still?
Actually, BMCC's done very well from the line, too. They have some good free throw shooters, so...
Nobody ever seems to miss from the line against Queensborough.
It always seems to work like that when things are not going well for you. But they've made these big free throws down the end here, or this could have been a closer game, maybe.
The ref goes to the scorer's table and try and figure something out. I think they were saying it's 2 shots instead of 1-1.
Right.
So they have that all squared away.
Right. This gives them an opportunity to really close it out. They really haven't. They haven't even touched the rim on these free throws. They've been very good.
Both free throws are good. 78-69, 22 and a half seconds to go.
Yeah, the only thing that's going to change now is the final score, but
probably not the result. McDonald going for two. 24 points. 78-71. Let's see if they keep fouling. Well, there's a tie-up, and Queensborough will get it back.
Play it right down to the wire here.
As long as there's time on the clock.
A 3 would make it a 4-point game, just out of reach.
And there's a 3, but it's no good. Core with the rebound. And they foul with 4 and 4/10 seconds remaining.
So, Manhattan will go to the, probably will go to the regional. That's not that's yet to be determined, right?
Yet to be determined, but it's looking pretty good after this game. Queensborough will start the recruiting trail.
And the training season, and see what they can do in the weight room to build some of these younger men up, and like a Mitty and a Bruton, and see what they can come back with next year and go for it.
I like McDonald's game too. So if you bring back a lot of these guys and you add some very talented freshmen, there could be something here next year, maybe some postseason basketball.
We shall see, Dave. It's been a pleasure. And the Tigers gave us a good game, at least, to end the season with. Wasn't a blowout.
No, 80-71, single digits. We'll be back for the women's regional, unless it's at Sullivan, and then I won't see you again.
Is there a possibility it could play the regional here?
Well, probably won't be here, but it could be at Bronx or at Nassau.
And would you do that game?
Yeah, we would.
Oh, okay.
We would do the Region 15 playoffs. So I might see you again, but this is goodbye as far as the men's games are concerned.
That's right. And I do live in the Bronx, so I think I could probably find my way there. Anyway, It's a pleasure. Thank you very much. And it's too bad the women couldn't make the CUNY tournament next week, but as you said, we'll expect to see them in the regional somewhere.
Well, that's it for the men's season. They won 2 games, as the camera is on us now. For Joe Massey, this is QCC alum David Russell. The final score, BMCC 80, Queensborough 71. Thanks for watching.